We took a week off, so we are back, and we got a lot of news and results to catch up on. So this is going to be a real hodgepodge episode. We're going to talk about NXT versus TNA Showdown, Crown Jewel from Perth, hit some of the latest news, talk about Takeshita winning the IWGP World Championship from Zack Sabre Jr., spoiler alert. And who knows what else we'll get into. But let's kick things off with, we got two shows we're going to kind of review here. I have not fully seen either of these.
I've seen the WWE one start to finish.
Okay. Did anyone watch NXT versus TNA Showdown?
Jason.
No, I did not. I only got to see highlights.
So none of us have watched it. Perfect reviewers.
Coming in super cold.
I read the results and looked at some of the clips, especially who was Ali and who'd Ali work? I don't remember.
Ethan Page.
Ethan Page.
Yeah, that was a banger.
And then it's not. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's one here. So Team TNA, Mike Santana, Frankie Kazarian, Moose, and Leon Slater defeated Team NXT, Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Miles Bourne. I know when we talked about this match and previewed it, I was not kind to Mike Santana, Frank Kazarian, and Moose, and I said that Leon Slater and Javon Williams is definitely the must-see part of that match. Did they have a singles match recently, too?
Yeah, they worked at Bound for Glory.
Yeah, Bound for Glory.
Bound for Glory, yeah, okay. I forgot Bound for Glory happened. Yeah, I saw some clips of them in this 4 and 4 men's, but that matchup Bound for Glory, I got to watch it. It was so good.
On a side note, how cool is it that Bill Collier worked Bound for Glory?
Right? How that he was on the biggest fucking attendance in U.S. history for TNA.
Right, yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
People don't know Bill Collier is a friend of ours, especially at Mega. I've worked with him, on shows a bunch, but Mega knows him real well. But the dude should have been signed 10 years ago.
He is, like, the picture of pro wrestling.
Yeah. And he's a good dude. Like, he
really is.
In no way is he like a dick. Like, everyone likes him. So he's talented. He looks like $1 million. He's a giant, and he's a nice guy. Why he didn't get signed until now, I have no idea.
I can tell you the reason, because he had tryouts with WWE, but at the time they had big casts who looked like exactly like him, just like 3 inches taller. Mm. So that kind of just ruined his chances during that first prime of him.
That makes sense.
But he's made some appearances in AEW here and there, right?
Yeah, I'm shocked they didn't sign him. Like, I don't get that one.
Me too.
Who did he have a match with Brian Cage? Or not Brian Cage.
He worked Moxley on Dark.
Moxley is the match. Okay, yeah.
Which, what does that say about the roster when the fucking lead guy of the locker room's like, I'm going to go work the fucking YouTube show because this guy's so good, I want to try and highlight him as best I can.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he went to the same school as Britt and Wardlow. So, I mean, he's got hookups there.
No, he didn't go to the IWC school.
Oh, did he not?
No, he was from Johnstown. So, I don't know if you've heard of Kato. He wore a singlet with the stop sign on it. That's who trained Bill.
Me and Cash worked with him some tri-state shows, Kato.
Yeah. I mean, I watched them at some tri. I said, yeah, like I worked with those too. I was in the audience booing at least a couple of those people, if not all 3 of them.
You worked harder from the audience than more than half of that roster, I'll tell you that right now.
Look, I definitely put more thought into those. We put more thought into our signs than some of the matches being put together. We'll just say that.
And you got paid more than most of the workers. I think you paid to get in.
and they met me in the parking lot. Was him and Irish Airborne met me in the parking lot and let me know that the show was canceled because apparently their last show, some shit happened and the building didn't want them in it anymore, and they just found out the day of the show. So that was fun. Turned right back
That's
around.
the fucking worst. I'm sure we've all had that happen where you show up to a building and they're like, actually...
Him
I show up to Indianapolis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go over this debacle of the situation. So this was like second year in, third year?
Yeah. Well,
I was hurt.
Movie theater, so I was like 18, 19.
Yeah, I was hurt, I think, at the time. But
No, you were good. You
No.
weren't hurt yet.
you got a random booking through Yahoo Messenger, I believe.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
No.
Way to pinpoint 2005 for me.
AIM, okay. The superior instant messaging network. So you get this booking, and we drive to Indianapolis, and get to it's supposed to be in a hotel, right? Like a resort, hotel type place. We go in and ask the girl at the front desk.
We called.
Oh, I know we went in though at one point.
Oh no, you're right. We did. We went in and then we called him. Yeah.
So we go in. We ask the girl at the front desk, like, "Hey, where is the wrestling show happening?" And she has no idea what we're talking about. Nor does the manager that was walking by that she grabbed attention of and was like, "Hey, is there a wrestling show in this building?"
Yeah. It's not weird we had wheel bags to the hotel, but we did bring our gear in.
Yeah. So then we go back out of the car, and Tim starts trying to call this guy, and isn't getting any response until finally somebody picks up the phone, and it's the kid's son, a child. Tim's like, "Is your
can't talk to your
dad?"
He said he's not here.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So at that point, we were tired as hell. So I remember we went to like a random park and tried to sleep on the park benches. And that wasn't happening. So we decided, fuck it, let's just drive back. Let's just get a hotel here in Indianapolis, and we'll drive back in the morning. We were fortunate enough to be there on the weekend of the Indy 500.
Oh, God.
So there were no hotels. As one person told us, no hotels in about probably a 25 to 30, or about a 40-minute mile radius. So we're like, all right, that sucks. So we start driving back, and it's
Springfield,
hot.
Ohio, we got to.
Hot as fuck out.
No air conditioner.
No air conditioning. We're both so tired. Like, we're getting to the point of delirium.
So to add to this, I worked at the
Oh, yeah.
theater, and I worked nights doing the marquee, which is changing the poster sign, the movie sign that had all the times on it, all that stuff. I get off work at 4 a.m., so we decide just for us to leave
Yeah.
when I get out of work. So we leave at like 5 in the morning to go to this show. So it's like noon, Indianapolis 500 day.
Yeah. So we finally, we make it back to Springfield, Ohio, and we finally see this hotel. It's like the first one we've seen in miles
Long
and
time.
miles.
No GPS at the time, so it's just looking.
So we see this one, and it looks pretty nice. So we go in. We cannot afford it. So I had to have my mom wire money, I think.
Yeah.
Because I was like, hey, we can't keep driving. Like, we have to
can't.
sleep. And it's too hot to sleep in the car. So she wires us enough money to get us a hotel room. We went in, cranked the AC up or down as low as it could possibly go, ordered pizza, ate like kings, dying over our pizza. We had sodas from the machine. Woke up the next morning, the sodas were frozen because it was so cold in that fucking room.
Jesus.
So not only it was the middle of the day, we went to sleep at 8 o'clock in the evening, like Grandpa's. We woke up at noon the next day.
Jesus.
The room service lady, or the cleaner lady was banging on the door, so.
Yeah. Then we had that happen to us too when we were coming back we tried to go get booked on CZW in Delaware.
We knew we weren't going. I mean, we were just trying to go to be like, hey, we're wrestlers.
Yeah, and then the best part was when Vance, Danzig asked for our gimmick names or whatever. I say mine, and then Vance was like, Violent Van Desmond, and he's like, oh, like, I forget how he worded it, but basically,
he said, no, it was the best comeback ever. He goes, not here, you're not.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're right.
You could have very quickly, though, been booked in, like, a death match.
Right.
Perfect. We need somebody that...
I never considered that. Never thought of it. Not 1 second until Nick said that. And I was like, oh, shit, yeah, you got a good point, man.
But yeah, we made it back to the hotel, and we had a big important backyard wrestling show the next day. Big event. I was doing a like 4-way death match or something like that, and I remember the lady at the hotel woke us up and had it on the door. We were so fucking late. Set a good precedent for me in wrestling, where I was like just showing up late if I running behind. All right,
I hate showing up late. Hate it.
I really usually don't.
In all the shows I went to with you guys, never once did that happen. But I went with Cash to a show here in Huntington, and I want to say Chance Prophet body slammed someone, and for some reason the entire ring was a wood frame. There was and he broke the frame. And they were like, we can't do anything the rest of it. We're sorry, we're going to have to give money back. Like, show's over, first match, one body slam, and the frame
was a JB Insanity show.
Yeah, that was right.
A wood frame.
Yeah.
Fandango booked a match, and Eric Steele and Cole Cash broke the ring. And it was supposed to be me versus JD, and we drove from Louisville, Kentucky for this show.
Oh, that's true, too.
And he goes, will you guys just have a match on the floor? And we go, no. but we do still need paid, because we came from Louisville.
Speaking of working on the floor, what is your guys' opinion of these like no-ring deathmatch shows that have been popping up?
Hate it. A lot of guys that I know and like and work with in regular wrestling do them, and I hate them.
I would love to do them.
And I was at that show in Louisville, and there were other people who took them up on that. They were like, yeah, no, we'll go ahead and work. We don't care if there's no ring.
Me and JD did not.
Like, I respect deathmatch shit. I've done death matches myself. Like, I get it. I have no problem with that. But for some reason, when you take the ring away, it's no longer like the art form of wrestling and storytelling to me. It's just like filming a movie, but like no budget.
I think it's a subgenre. It's a subgenre of death matches.
A really bad one. I agree. Yeah, it is a subgenre.
Depends on your perspective. I think it's a very cool atmosphere with like everybody surrounding you.
So join Fight Club.
Some really creative stuff.
Yeah, do it in a ring. Everyone surrounds you.
Everyone does that. All right, so back to NXT.
Do we have to?
Right. Okay. So Ethan Page defeated Mustafa Ali by pinfall to retain the NXT North American Championship. Tim, you watched this one?
Yes, I did. It was awesome.
Did Ali have the whole entourage? Was Bill there with him?
No. I don't. So I started with a bell ring, so I didn't really pay attention. I didn't see him. I feel like I would have noticed him, but.
And I love Ethan Page's belt strap that is like the Canadian flag, and his whole gimmick that he's the best wrestler in North America. Period. Like, he's not the North American champion. I'm the best in North America. With the Canadian flag on it. Very Lance Storm.
Is this the first time they've like acknowledged that the North? I guess like they always have the U.S., so North America's pretty new. But acknowledged that like North America is not just the United States, because like I feel like it's always just been the United States title basically.
So
of NXT.
Spoiler: tonight on NXT, El Hijo del Wagner Dr. Jr. Those words were not in the right order. One the alcohol, not the. Called him out, and he was like, "Everybody in North America wants to fight me because Dr. Wagner Jr. is the Latin American champion." So he's like, "That's part of North America, so I'm still the best in North America. You're coming here because you want to prove yourself." I'm like, oh, okay. So they're trying to get it over that it is not just an American champion, that it's actually multiple countries covered under that.
So Ethan Page, let's talk about him.
Let's talk about him.
You guys, yeah, let's talk about him. You guys like him?
Yeah,
I like
a
his
lot.
karate gimmick.
Yeah, I think he's.
How far do you think he's going to go in WWE? Think he's going to main roster, mid card? Or?
I think he'll get probably the same level as Gargano. He'll get on the main roster. He'll have some time. Probably get like a tag title run somehow in there. But I don't know if they're going to feature him as like a serious mid-card threat.
I wish they would have got Josh Alexander and him and done their tag team.
The North.
Yeah.
I feel like Ethan Page could become the next Miz, but I don't know if he'll have like that WrestleMania World Championship moment the same way as Miz. But I can see him kind of being in that role of very fucking solid in the ring, always going to get a good match out of him, very good on the mic, is basically probably going to do about anything you need to do.
Right before he...
I was going to say, I worked Ethan Page one time. It was in Canada, and it was a tag match, the finish. For whatever reason, I got a wild hair up my ass. I'm like, oh, let's just steal the Briscoes and fucking Marufuji. Go for the Doomsday device, and I'm going to Spanish fly you out of it. And I was that close to fucking breaking my neck on it. But because it was so crazy, Ethan Page still like asks about me to this day. Jug said the last time he was on ASW, Ethan was there asking about me and Revenge and PB Smooth and stuff.
The last time he was at ASW, I worked that show, and I sat with him and talked to him in the locker room, and he's a former GNC employee alumni, too, so we talked about that or whatever. But, like, super nice guy, and super nice to my daughter, and got a picture with her, and, like, asked her questions and stuff, so that's why I was trying to see if I'm personally biased, because I just like the dude, or if you guys think he, is going to actually do something.
I think he's really good. I always thought they would do more with him in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he fit their mold. I think he's more tailored to be a WWE guy.
I mean, I think he's definitely thriving.
I think it's a good call to say Miz-type character because, yeah, he can make anyone look good because he's such a solid worker, but he can hold his own on the mic, period. So it doesn't matter who he's, even if it's just going to be a talk show segment or doing some commentating or something, like, he'll be fine. So hopefully maybe getting a little rub from Chelsea Green coming down and doing some things with different people from the main roster now that he has that belt will hopefully highlight him, maybe get him to the main roster sooner.
And if you asked me before Tim told us, you asked me, hey, name where Ethan Page worked before or in the past, and I had 500 guesses. I nailed on the first one, say GNC. I don't know why, but that dude, I can see him in the red polo. Like, he is a GNC employee through and through.
He looks like that. Like if you just said, "Hey, pick a picture of one of these guys,"
right.
and see what you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, let's take this a little bit further down the road. What would you say all of us look like based on appearance that we should be doing for a job?
Oh, that's a good one. Tim, I will say IT.
I agree.
He wishes.
Me and Jason, I think, work in the same office.
I can get cheaters and look like I have glasses too,
Jason.
He's my manager, though, for sure. He's more responsible.
Jason, I would say banker.
Yeah.
I tried. They wouldn't hire me.
You admit that you wanted to steal the money.
Well, that's why.
Draven, I would say he is that guy in every 90s action movie that works for the government as a hacker.
I was going to go landscaper.
Wow,
Well,
jeez.
I have respect for Draven.
Well, it says he's so tan. I feel like he shouldn't have to live outside.
If I'm that tan, I shouldn't be out in the sun for 12 hours a day. Jesus.
He's an outdoor hacker. Did I forget to mention that part?
Oh,
I only hack electronic lawnmowers.
solar power.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where I would go with you three.
Huh.
Tim and Jason, I feel like I nailed dead on.
It
I
should just
see-
be video store clerk or nothing for me, period. That's all I
I
ever
can see
want.
Tim being the IT guy at Jason's bank.
So that's
If
what
I have a coffee cup tonight, it
Am-
has liquor in it.
Am I out front mowing the lawn of that bank currently?
That's legit my dad's job. The guy who raised me, David.
Yeah.
That's his job. He's the IT guy for People's Bank. He does all their.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, the rest of the show. Team NXT, Jacy Jane, Jada Parker, Saul Ruka, and Lola Vice defeated Team TNA, Kalani Jordan, Jessie McKay, Cassie Lee, and Mara Sade in a 4-on-4 Women's Survivor Series style elimination match with Jordan Grace as a special guest referee. Longest match on the show by about a minute. Isn't the other 4-on-4 Survivor Series match for the two longest. And then the Hardy Boys defeated Dark State in a winners take all match for the TNA World Tag Titles and the NXT Tag Titles, with everyone being banned from ringside. And then the Hardys would go on to face the Dudley Boys at Bound for Glory and the Dudleys' final match. Did you guys check? You guys see any of that where the Dudleys gave Jeff and Matt their boots?
Yeah.
Or were you suddenly saddened that Tony Wolf didn't give you his boots when he retired?
That was my first thought I had.
So you could have fucking burned them?
Oh, he burned him every night he was in a goddamn ring. Don't you worry about that.
Burn your boots, kid.
It dawned on me how long it takes to lace up them boots, because Bubba and Devon took forever. They were, like, the Hardys are trying to get out of the ring. They're like, hey, wait, come back. And then they're like bending down to untie their shoes like my children would do. And they're like, here.
At that point, for time saving, why don't they just use little scissors and cut down the laces? Like, they're never going to use them again.
I only wore boots a few times, but yeah, like, it is a process tying those fuckers up.
I've got it. I can do it without even looking anymore.
I'm sure now, yeah.
I've done so much, like, because I've worn boots since the beginning, so I've kind of always worn boots. And even when I wore kick pads, I wear boots under my kick pads. So.
Well, then, like, when I was always taking them off, it would be like a couple of laces. I'd stop, take off the shirt, go back, a couple more laces, stop, start undoing the wrist tape, a couple more laces. Taking the two of those off is about a 35, 40-minute process.
Taking them off, I just go like 2 down and just pull real hard, 2 down, pull real hard, 2 down, and then just take it off. Probably 5 seconds I can have my boot off.
Well, what you need to do is go buy some Game Breaks Kayfabe t-shirts, see how quick you can get them off. Let us know how fast you can take that shirt off. Tim will beat your record.
Yeah,
I guarantee you. Vance, show them how to take a shirt off.
Oh, God, we're going to break now.
Oh, this t-shirt is gross, but what do I do? It's all I got.
That's the only shirt you've got? I might have a solution for you then. If you go to ProWrestlingTees.com and you search for Aaron Draven, which I think you guys can all see right there on the screen how to spell it, you can find official Gang Breaks Kayfabe t-shirts. That's right. Jason, can you believe it?
I can't, but what I can believe is you can get your official shirt of either all of us, or you can choose which one of us you like the best and get just our shirt. Fine.
Breaks Kayfabe, full logo on a pink shirt, or pick, do you prefer Vance, Jason, Cash, or Omega, and get a yellow shirt? Oh, I wish he wasn't doing that.
That's so
Let's get him a
weird.
long sleeve shirt.
So the only thing you guys didn't mention,
But Draven,
I'll
how do
bring
they
up-
find
I'll bring
those
up the
shirts
price.
again?
They are $19.99 each, no matter what design you pick. ProWrestlingTees.com /wrestlers-t-shirts /Aaron Draven. Super easy to remember. Definitely not going to be on the screen here because you're going to be able to remember it without me even putting a graphic up.
And go buy them. That way I can afford to buy one for myself.
I don't need this anymore.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Lord.
Here we go. That was the whole reason he wanted to do this, is so he can take his shirt off.
Right now, you play this damn thing.
I bet none of you can beat Tim's record still. We saw how fast he took that shirt off. You should have seen when he took off after the cameras quit rolling. That
I'm
doesn't
pretty sure.
how that works.
Pretty sure I ripped my nipple off on that.
Yeah.
I was hoping you weren't going to do the pants, but you just had to do the pants, didn't you?
Well, I always wear tearaways.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. And
You are the party boy of our generation.
Yeah. I've always said that. There's one thing Vance husband loves, it's the party.
This. Everyone who's ever met me knows that is the opposite. I hate them.
You would ever meet a man that hates joy more? Doesn't like Halloween.
Yeah, people are about to get dressed up in their stupid costumes as grown-ups. Stop it.
Doesn't like football.
Earmuffs, Art.
Guy doesn't like.
Trying to put.
You guys are making me seem like a negative Nancy guy. I don't like condiments. I don't like football. I don't like Halloween. I don't like parties. I don't like bars. I don't like clubs.
Is this just the promo Punk had when he came into ECW? I don't like any of this shit. I just like competition.
Let me see the X's on your hands, man, real quick.
First of all, you know the thing about my exes on my hands.
All your exes live in Texas.
Speaking of exes, now let's get to. Hold on, that segue is going to work here in a second.
Okay, let's see. I want to see you save this. Save this.
So, we're going to get to Crown Jewel from Perth now, and speaking of exes, Paul Heyman accompanies Bronson Reed to the ring for his match with Roman Reigns. And the opener of this.
I don't get it.
Around.
Where's the?
Well, you wouldn't.
I'll give it a C minus.
Oh, is it a Heyman and Reigns were together gimmick?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were in an Aussie street fight because a street fight can
Oi,
be
oi, oi.
from anywhere, and even though it's always the same thing, so I hate when they do that.
They had a cricket bat. They had at least multiple rugby balls that could not be thrown correctly. So that's what makes it an Aussie street
Roman
fight.
did not make it in the NFL for a reason.
Yeah. So I got to see this match and the next match, and then I had things I had to go do. So, which I did.
That doesn't sound like you.
I know. Like, this damn thing had to start it so early. But Bronson Reed defeated Roman Reigns. As I keep seeing everywhere, he is like the only one. He's the only one, of course, to have defeated Roman Reigns and Okada. Both due to have went on incredible runs in their promotions.
He's also beat Randy Orton in the last 6 months and was the one who put Seth out last time around, I guess. So, I guess we need to put some respect on his name as not just a follower guy.
What do you guys feel about him as a worker?
I love the dude. I think
I like him. I wouldn't say love, but I like him.
I think he's very he's very agile for a big man.
He's Bam Bam Bigelow is what he is. Like, he's big and is still agile, and I feel like can work with a bigger guy or a smaller person and still make them look good, even if he's going under. So,
Much like everybody else, I preferred his run in New Japan and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and I do not really dig his work in WWE at all right now. But I think that's a WWE thing, not a him thing.
that's what I say about Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, him too. Yeah, exactly the same. I thought I forgot they were different people, to be honest with you.
I would like to see, because I didn't get to see a lot of his New Japan stuff, but I did see a few of his. I saw a few of his PWG matches, and that would be, if he could start bringing some of that in. Yeah, which who knows if he? We'll talk about him and the other Braun.
What about that? What about the other guy in this match? That Roman.
Roman. He's real good at this.
He's real good at it.
Yeah, this. I mean, Roman, even though he just shows up here and there, it's still every match he's in feels like a big deal, even if it's against, if it's a match that just has a little bit of story going into it. It still feels like a big deal when Roman Reigns is in the ring. To me, it still feels like a big match.
Is it Roman Reigns, or is it the prestige of being in an Aussie street fight?
Well, I mean, that adds a lot to it. As Jason said, it added crickets and rugby balls.
There you go. So this match just was made to further whatever we're doing with the J Tribal Chief Bloodline 2.6.0 at this point. Basically, is what we got at the end of it.
Yeah.
That, but I think it also definitely establishes with what we'll get into with what happened on Raw on Monday, where we see Team Braun going against Seth. I think this did a very good job of setting Bronson Reed, like keeping him at pace with Braun Breaker. So like Braun Breaker is clearly the next dude, but I think they're keeping.
To me, the comparison here, comparing those two together, is like comparing WCW like Goldberg and Roadblock. That's how far apart I see those two as, because Braun Breaker is so far ahead. So far ahead.
Wow.
I think my win record, though, that's what they're trying to do with Bronson, is just, hey, look who all he's beat. So he is just equal with him.
They're giving him all these like accolades and stuff. They don't have to give Braun Breaker any of these because he's just organically over. They have to try and manufacture him being over.
Right.
I do agree with that.
But I think there's probably a really good chance that we'll get. So I'd say Braun Breaker is winning the title sooner rather than later. I would say probably Rumble. I'd say he probably wins the Rumble. But it could lead to Bronson Reed and then Braun Breaker breaking up. And you have at least Bronson Reed has been put forth as a threat. So going into that, he's not just the dude that, wasn't anywhere near as good as Braun Breaker the whole time. So, like, what would be the point?
I'm not, so you're talking about Braun Breaker is obviously going to be a star, but I'm not sold on him 100%.
I think it's, if they do, now that, it looks like they're going to shove him into the main event picture, I think that's a little early.
I agree.
I think it's a little late.
He has the look. He has the move set. The crowd loves him, even though maybe that's not what they're supposed to be doing right now. His promos are crazy, but he has, that's from his bloodline. Bloodline, get it? But, that's the Steiner promo, is just crazy speak and then barking like a dog. He gets that honest. So
I don't trust him working main events with Cody, Seth, Roman, just out of safety. Like, I really don't think the dude is that safe. I really don't. Now, he hurts himself more than he hurts other people, but I don't know, man. I'd like to see him really work, because he doesn't even wrestle that often. He does tags. I want to see him in a 15-minute match with Sheamus. I want to see him in,
Oh, God. Why does everybody got to be put through the same mold and just turned into just another guy? They should have shot him out of a rocket instantly and just fucking put him over everybody.
Well, I just don't know if he can work, really. He does.
Sometimes,
fine,
it doesn't matter, though. He
right.
has the aura,
My
like,
preference.
they put world titles on, like, Del Rio and Jack Swagger and shit. Like, just put the belt on him. It's not going to be worse than anything else they've ever done.
Yeah, that's a good counterpoint.
Put him in a suit, and he is Batista during Evolution. He's got Heyman with him to help. Apparently, has Heyman with him. We'll see where that goes. But
I just hate when somebody comes onto the roster and, like, there's a lot of momentum and they just 50-50 book them to where nobody gives a shit anymore.
Well, and also I haven't seen his NXT stuff. Maybe that does prove whatever I'm wondering. You know what I mean? Because maybe he had long, good matches and no one got hurt, and I don't know.
He's had some good long matches with Sami Zayn, with,
Dolph, he had some good stuff with Dolph in NXT.
Yeah. I think, so I get Draven's point of, because we see this a lot with AEW and WWE and it happened in WCW. Somebody comes in, they catch on, and nothing, like, they missed the moment. So by the time they finally get around to deciding to put the belt on this guy, all the momentum's bottomed out.
That's a notorious Vince thing, man. Vince did that all the
Yeah.
But look at somebody that's a similar mold of Braun Breaker that they did do that with once. How he's still a fucking megastar now, 25 years later. If they would have booked him like they booked Brock, just bring him onto the roster and wreck everybody. They would have had a star that would have lasted for decades.
I think there's a good chance, though, and I agree with you. They could have. I think there's a good chance, though, that now that they haven't done that, they're going to round him out so much more as a character that when he does win, it's going to be a bigger deal, I think. But
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
He's just the most. We'll see. Like I have no idea.
The question becomes, jumping ahead to Raw, is did we just hotshot the turn because there's a legit injury, and do they actually have a plan after Monday morning at 8 a.m. when this happened? I mean, that's the real issue. If their plan was, we're going to let that, because this faction hasn't even had a chance to solidify themselves really at this point.
They said 6 months is how long it's been. I was like, really? It's been that long? It doesn't even feel like that.
It started the night after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those, so now what is the story going to become? Because clearly this isn't what the story was supposed to be.
well, so I'm
So that
guessing.
will determine a lot, and hopefully he doesn't get lost in the fact that the story isn't what they wanted it to be at the time.
I'm guessing they'll do because I'm assuming that the belt's going to be relinquished. So
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think they consciously put Punk over as a number one contender for a reason. They're gonna get through a short match where it's interference from Braun Breaker and like a spear, then the bell rings and Punk just pins him, something along those lines. But they're gonna get through a match.
I don't know. My way I immediately booked it, I guess, was Seth relinquishes the belt. We get like 4 matches or whatever to like a little mini tournament. Braun Breaker wins that, and then it's Braun versus Punk for the title.
Clash in Qatar for King of the Ring and for the belt. They do a one night tournament.
Is that happening?
I mean, we can have a clash any damn where else, so why not? It sounds good.
Cutter. If you say cutter, it's even better.
I just think if they were gonna take the belt off of Seth, like through vacating it, they wouldn't even done this angle with the physicality. If they were that worried about protecting him and he couldn't do anything, they probably wouldn't have done the beatdown.
Good point.
Well, up next on Crown Jewel, which I kept forgetting was in Perth, so, like, it was weird because I have that, Crown Jewel.
It should be in Saudi.
But just that gross feeling about it, so it was like the first 4 matches, like, I was still under kind of that. I was just like, this is a good match, but, like, these fucking shows, and I was like, oh, why? I don't think Perth's done anything. So, up next, Stephanie Bakir, the Raw's Women's World Champion, defeated Tiffany Stratton, SmackDown's WWE Women's Champion. This was for the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship. And Stephanie Bakir would win a belt that's almost bigger than she is.
By chance, do you have a time on the actual match? Because when fast-forwarding through the end of the match before it, when I hit play again, it instantly was just her in the ring getting the belt. So I feel like this match was super short.
This was the shortest match. It came in at 10 minutes and 5 seconds.
Wow, that's
Okay.
pretty short for a modern.
Very fast.
That's very short for a pay-per-view with only 5 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the match was probably Stephanie Bakir's one of her least good matches. I thought this was very basic. For the 2 champions, I thought, I expect a little bit more. So I don't know if Bakir doesn't quite have the chemistry with Tiffany that she does with a lot of the others or what, but the matches never really seemed to get going. With only being 10 minutes long, you would think that would be a little bit more high-paced, and kind of a little bit more, doing more with less, maybe. But cool to see Stephanie McKeer continue to be pushed like crazy. Up next, I've seen a lot of this match in clips. John Cena defeats AJ Styles.
This is the only match of this stuff that I've actually watched.
Watch the match when you get a chance.
This felt like, from what I've seen, this felt like it could have been the perfect last match for both guys. I didn't know this till afterwards, but so apparently after their entrances, Cena hands the announcer.
And so AJ didn't know that John.
Yeah.
So and AJ's expression was hilarious because when he says, "And the ace and the one leader of the Bullet Club," AJ goes, "Oh shit!" Like
Right, like clearly knew nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this match and how it was, probably going to be one of Cena's best matches, or probably his best match in this retirement tour.
Oh.
Yeah, it went above and beyond that. Like, this was a special match.
The Bray Wyatt spot where Cena did the Sister Abigail and everyone got the flashlights out, and John Cena's look on his face was like, wow.
And then he looks up and he says thank you or something, but acknowledges. It was so good.
The story of this match was really fucking good, too, that in the beginning they tried their own shit, but they know each other so well, they're like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to start using the bombs of everybody else I've ever worked with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so many basically shout-outs through moves, so much history, just revisiting history. I don't know who was this. Go ahead.
See, so all this time, for the last 20 years, we're like, man, John Cena, he does good enough. He can't really do these. He even doing spots he's never done at 48 years old, and most of them he really nailed.
Yeah.
His Sister Abigail was better than when Bray would do it.
That's one of the particular ones I was like, wow, okay.
And AJ's reversal, I want to say it was in the STFU maybe, and reversed it into a calf crusher, because he goes for it once and doesn't get it, but then gets it later, and it just looks so smooth how he transitioned that, you want to be like, oh, these are two guys that are retiring in the next couple months.
Right? They are both 48 years old. It's near 100 years old between the two of them. But so the spot I kept saying, the best cutoff in the fucking history of the business. So they're doing all these tribute spots, and the crowd catches on and starts requesting the 619. And for Cena to have the presence of mind to put AJ there and have him cut him off, I think that's the best cutoff in the history of wrestling.
My explanation to Fee about that spot is I said, this is the difference between a good wrestler and a great wrestler. He listened to the crowd and changed it on live television in no sweat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It took the crowd on that roller coaster, because the pop when he fucking gets him there, and then when AJ cuts him off, it's just so fucking good.
Yeah.
Not to shout out in the middle of this great match, but so Baron Corbin, Bishop Dyer, is that his name now? Is doing a lot of radio shows now on the Wrestling Channel, and he had said something a couple weeks ago about how he had talked to Cena, and Cena told him, you've got to listen to the crowd. Even if you already know what your next 5 moves are, you have got to listen to the crowd, and if they are calling for something else, whether that vocal or not, you have got to change it up and be able to be good enough to throw in an extra move that was not part of the plan and be able to call it on the fly and go ahead and do it again. So he was giving Cena props for that. I heard that probably 3 weeks ago.
And I feel like our generation...
And he tells the younger people to do that.
And I feel like our generation was the last generation that was kind of taught that, because all the ones that come after don't do that. Not only that they don't, they can't.
To the spots that they kept,
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I feel like all wrestlers should be able to, in the same day, work Honky Tonk Man and then get in a car and go do a spot fest with Rich Swann. Like, you should be that versatile. Everybody should be in the business.
Honky Tonk Man's the man that invented the power bomb. If you ever heard of Showdown?
Honky Tonk Man's a piece of shit. We'll just say that and move on.
Yes.
Me and Cash would teach that even, because we would do everyone's name in a hat and draw out things and go, this one's the heel, when we pull out a name, this one's a face, give us 10 minutes, this person's over, get in the ring and go.
Sometimes I would do that, and I would even tell them, once the match starts, I'm like, you're the heel, you're the face, and I'll tell them when it's time to go to the cutoff. I'll tell them when I want to come back, and have them figure it out on the fly was one of the ones I would do.
Yeah, see, and I don't know, our generation's a generation teaching, so hopefully there's more people doing that. But.
Hopefully, but think of our generation, how many guys couldn't have done that, though.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Like, do walk-in talks with Tracy Smothers and then go out there and do Spot Fest. Like, you can't do that. There weren't that many guys that could do that.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I was so fortunate that I got to work Tracy and Ricky Morton. Like,
I never got to work Ricky. That would have been a fun one.
Yeah, because I mean,
I worked Ricky, not Tracy, though.
I say both dudes. It's just like
Tracy. The thing about Tracy too, like the thing about Tracy is he would watch your stuff and know who you are, because if he liked you, he would give you stuff and he'd call your stuff for you. But if he didn't like you, he would beat the dog snot out of you. Do you remember the time he worked Trick at XMCW? Like, he beat the shit out of Trick.
But like, he must have liked me.
Yeah, same here. I worked him once and was calling my stuff and was totally cool. I actually...
He gave me so much.
He was actually managed by JD in that match. The one that I worked on, which is weird.
Now, of course, I never worked him, but I had the joy of running his merch stand one night.
Oh man.
Threatened to kill me if he didn't get... I know how much money's in this fanny pack. So when I come back, the money better be right.
I would be nervous. I'd be putting like an extra 20 into my own money.
I'm like, yes, sir.
Did he make you stand behind the merch table with dumbbells and do this the whole time?
I did not have dumbbells. That was the show in Canova where it was a cage match with you and Cross, and they couldn't figure out how to get the cage in the building when we got there.
Oh,
they
God.
were like, the cage is already together, and we can't figure out how to get it in the doors.
No, that's not what happened. What happened? That's not what happened. I mean, you're right about it not fitting in the building.
Yeah.
They never bothered to go check to make sure that there was a way to get a cage in there. They just assumed that there was a tall enough entranceway, because, they didn't have the cage put together already. They just couldn't bring any of it in because there was no entrance.
Oh, yeah, I didn't mean completely together, like on four sides. Yeah, no. But the two doors opened up, but there was a pole between them, so they couldn't bring it in. They thought they were going to put it on an angle to get it in. And then I believe both of you got concussions that night, and we ended up in a Cheddar's and with people laying in a booth trying to get their asses together before we drove home, and it was so upsetting. It was a long drive that night.
Do you know how sad I was that cage didn't fit enough? I never got to be in a cage match. All I wanted was to be in a fucking cage match. And I show up to a show where it's supposed to be me, Chance Prophet, and Brian Cross in a triple threat cage match, and I'm so fucking excited because I get to be in a cage match, and those dumb motherfuckers didn't even bother to make sure that the cages fit in the building.
I didn't know you never been in a cage, but I'm thinking about the cage matches I did when you were on the card, and I'm always in them.
Yeah.
I know, I've been in like 25 or 30 myself.
I will forever hold a grudge against all parties involved that put Zach Fractor Jr. in the match.
I was just going to say, I don't want to rub a sore spot here, but remember the one that Zach Fractor was in?
I will never, ever let that go. That needs to be...
Was there some inside story to that? Did Rich do that to piss somebody off, or like...
Me? I guess? I don't know.
He really might have.
Hey, Cash, I don't want to, again, rub more salt in the wound, but it's also one of my favorite matches I've ever had.
Imagine if I was in it, though.
Yeah.
Because I think
So just get the take the reverse run off the top and Zach sitting off the cage or whatever, and then Draven hitting that swanton bomb, stoke flush off the top of the cage.
For what it's worth, I booed Proctor during that match because I was there.
Jason.
I also love the finish of that match because from the me trying to escape and dropping the belt on purpose, but like having a reason to go up to do the swanton, to fucking Khan dangling me like a little fucking child, like that's one of my favorite finishes.
The Khan dangle was my idea.
It's so good. It could not have worked out better either.
Weird phrase. I don't like it. I don't
And
like it.
when I pitched it to you, Draven, you hated it.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I
You want to
remember.
get picked up. You want to
Yeah.
get. You're like, I'm going to look like a child.
I'm a little guy.
I did, but that made the whole fucking spot.
I remember being a part of that conversation, being like, it's gonna be great. Like, it's fucking hilarious.
Well, then to my credit, I'm glad I went through with it, because a lot of times when I don't like something, I won't go through with it.
Yeah, it was because of it. I was like, 30, please, buddy.
Oh, okay.
So that,
Oh,
I was going to say, that finish, and then the cage match finish that we did, where you did the dive through the cage at the end, whenever we took too long, me and JD or whatever, that was one of my finishes, and I loved that finish. And the one where Brandon was a special guest, or I was special guest already with Brandon, and he put me in the crossface on top of Khan to make me count the 3 count, because I wouldn't count or whatever. Those are my 3 favorite finishes I've ever been involved in.
let's just all talk about the cage matches we've been in.
The 2 of them are cage matches that Cash wasn't in, so.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done off the top of a cage?
Nothing.
You spiral tapped off the top of one? Holy shit.
From a cravat. Both on top
Jason
of the cage.
Thunder?
I'm trying to climb out. He grabs me. He's standing on the cage, cravats me in, and I spiral tap.
Holy shit.
Did the crowd? Did the
I was
crowd
there for that to
watch
watch the
you
cage
did?
match.
I also, Draven, did the Benoit, like, swan dive off the cage to the outside to a bunch of standing people, but they legit caught me and didn't let me hit the ground and put me back in the cage.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Yeah. That was I came up with that too. Heel tried to interfere at the door. Babyface cut him off at the door. Another heel came out. Another baby came out. So we had like 10 people there, 8 people there, or whatever. So we had enough to catch me. And I just did the swan. He caught me, put me back in, and the babyface was able to win because of that.
I stole it from Xbox, but my favorite spot to do in a cage match, and I remember specifically doing it with McChesney, and it worked so well. The one person's trying to get out through the door, and they open it while the one guy's going over on the door side, and you put your feet, you're like standing on the door, and then they kick the door, and you fucking crotch yourself on the door. Oh,
Yeah.
That's good.
I used to do that like every cage match.
I never did anything in a cage match, so I wouldn't know. Did I mention I never did a cage
Never
match?
too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. I mean,
That would be a pretty sure way to get me to come back for a match.
All right.
But do they have any stories about doing leg drops off the back of a bleacher at a county fair?
can't say I've ever done that.
Yeah, have you guys ever been that dumb?
There you go. You got one on them.
You showed us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, I showed you guys. So yeah, John Cena and AJ Styles was magic. It was a beautiful piece of pro wrestling art. I'd love to know like who put the match together. I feel like it was basically AJ and Cena. Like, I can't imagine there was an agent that was really. I feel like this is definitely. This had a lot of like. AJ Styles was written all over this match for me. I'm sure Cena had a lot of ideas too, but like AJ, this seems like his swan song of a match. So I don't know what he'll do for the rest of his. Has he really said like officially?
He said next year's his last year, and he probably will make it to Mania, but not much further.
Okay. So it'll be. Hopefully he gets a good send off too. Like hopefully he has a good. I don't know what exactly, but
I don't know who he's got to work. I know him and Orton have a good history, but beside that, who's AJ really got a history with?
Shane McMahon.
Oh no! Please be your comments on that again. I can't take AJ Styles having to sell Shane McMahon's little baby punches every week.
I think AJ deserves so much credit for his age and the shit he can still pull off. Doing a springboard fucking 450 when you're almost 50 is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I hope that he deserves an amazing send-off.
Who do you think he'll get? Because I don't really know of a better scenario.
Speaking of being old and flippy, I'm hitting the spiral tap this weekend. I haven't hit it in 10 years. The guys won't take it. So we'll see how that goes.
Bad.
So it won't be Vance working AJ in his last match, so we know that.
You're going to stand on the top rope doing this to balance yourself before you flip.
How are you going to get up there with the walker, though?
Oh, they got a little platform. He takes like a little elevator up. They rise him up.
Two young boys come out and hold my side and keep him.
And then they actually just kind of carry him down and turn him.
Oh, okay.
Or just a collapse off the butt.
And there's wires and they just CGI it out. Okay, I see. I gotcha.
Yeah. It's how wrestling's done these days. Most of it's CGI.
It's AI.
AI, yeah. I guess CGI isn't anything anymore now. It's AI. Alright, so, AJ, who's he gonna get? I don't know who's,
I know. I think I have a good thing. I think it'll be. It just popped in my head. I think it'll probably be him and Finn Balor in his last match.
Oh, that's
Are you okay with that?
Where's Finn been? Is he injured?
No, he's worse. He's tag champ.
Yeah.
Oh,
Him and JD are tag champs.
well, this is what happens when you don't watch.
So you're on TV less when you're a tag champ than when you're hurt.
Me and Thee were watching some clips, and she even said, we were watching that tag, she goes, they need to do more with Finn Balor than tag champ. And I said, yeah, so...
The timing could work out pretty well. Eventually, I feel like the Judgment Day thing has to be ending. Like, it has to end soon.
But Finn is almost as old as AJ. I don't know how many more years he has left.
Yeah,
I feel like they were going to pull the pin on AJ turning on Dom, but Dom's gotten so popular now that they're like, we just kind of got to let this ride out now. Because there's no reason to do that because he won't be the face in this because people love Dom.
Yeah. I love that AJ Finn feud to kind of
for Mania?
meet AJ out, yeah.
So for the other side, who does Cena go on to next?
Yeah, he's got, 4 matches left?
Yeah. Does he have to work Lesnar again to get back the loss that was him just getting his shit handed to him?
I don't think so.
What else do you do? I don't know what's left.
You could do a gimmick match, but they kind of haven't capitalized on the finish of that last one, so I think it was kind of one and done, and they want to move on to something else now.
Could you put him in there against Braun? To Breaker?
I mean, Braun might get the last match at this point if Seth's too hurt to work.
Yeah.
Just to get the rub to someone?
And he injures John Cena, and I prove my point.
You really have a thing for wrestler safety. You get on Kyle Fletcher for it. You're on Braun Breaker for it.
I was just going to say, so if Braun and Kyle Fletcher get into a fight, who you got?
Well, as a very old wrestler, a lot more than we used to.
Up next was Io Sky and Rhea Ripley defeating the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. This was just a straight-up tag match. I don't know much about it.
I watched it. Most basic tag of all time.
Really?
It was an OVW tag. It was an OVW tag drill. It's one of the drills we do, like the whole roll through the leg, stop, and then the up and over and stop, and then go around and pull down and stop, and then hot tag, bump, bump, bump into the finish. It was.
My issue with the match was this. Leading into this, everything has been that Kairi doesn't want to be against Io. It's, we have to do right by... First, I also think it's crazy that the whole story is we were her young girls, so we have to do right by her when that's not a WWE thing. That is clearly a Japanese thing. But I think they've done well in explaining, hey, they're only here because of Asuka. But for Kyrie to be like, I don't want to be against you. She played the heel role the entire match, though. Like, hitting her behind the ref's back, like, trying to get Rhea into the ring so they could double team her behind the ref's back. Like, there was no sense of the apprehension that there has been for weeks of, I still just want us all to be friends. So that was my real issue with the whole match, was that Kyrie didn't play the role that she's been playing. It's okay if she got there during the match. Like, finally, after so long, she was like, screw it, we're going to win no matter what.
Yeah.
Which they didn't. But then it was just very weird that your whole thing is you don't want to be the heel in this. You want us all to play together, but now you're doing dirty tactics. So I thought that was a very weird way to book it.
I forgot how good Asuka is.
She's very good.
I watched that and I was like, oh yeah, she's really good at this.
And I do feel like that they did kind of let them go a little more balls to the wall than what they normally do in a women's match, or just in general. Like, there was a lot more hard hitting. The 2 back fists that they gave to Io were just crazy.
That's why I was talking about it.
I mean, if only my friend, I believe his name's Eddie. Oh, you already know what I was going to say, shaking her head. If only my friend Eddie Kingston would learn how to give a back twist like Asuka. Shoot.
What? Why the need for the slander? I've already exposed my sadness about cage matches, and now you're going to pile on with this?
But I didn't do that for you, Cass.
I wonder how many cage matches Eddie Kingston's had.
We have continuity.
Can you make a cartoon for this video that has Cass crying and it's just the gang bullies Cass?
At this point, it's redundant because we have the real life Cash crying right now.
Yeah, my eye is so itchy right now.
I'm doing that whole thing. The whole Ready to Rumble.
Yeah.
Player allergies.
Just don't look at me. Yeah, just by seeing who's in this match, I would have assumed it was, like, really, really good, but,
the formula was very basic. They performed it great, but it was very basic.
Then in the main event, Seth Rollins, the Raw's World Heavyweight Champion, defeated Cody Rhodes, SmackDown's undisputed WWE Champion, and this was for the men's WWE Crown Jewel Championship, which Cody won last year, and this year Seth picks up the win. I'm just seeing a few of the highlights from this. My biggest takeaway is I find it insane that Cody debuts a new version of the Crossroads, and it should be like an ultimate like finisher, especially the first time he busted out, and Seth kicks out of it. Like, so, all right,
That's
well,
the same thing.
yeah.
It was so dangerous. Like, I definitely assumed the match was over after that.
That is crazy to even pitch. I know I can pitch Draven almost anything, but even I would be like, are you going to ask another human being to do that with you? It just seems rude. Like,
From that perspective, though, Cody's taken the worst bump of the two.
The setup for it, though, was perfect with Seth up on the ropes and then like, oh, my knee's bothering me, so I'm going to go off to the side so I can mess with my knee, and then Cody gets up behind him to hit it. Instead of some awkward, I'm going to put you on the turnbuckle, now I got to turn you around, now you got to stand here for 5 seconds. Like, it made sense why they were up there to hit it. We talk about everything that happened during Cena and AJ giving tribute, but we don't talk about Cody. Cody hit the cop killer in the middle of this match, right?
Well, like
I didn't hallucinate that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And the cup,
Okay.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I thought that was one of those moves you're not allowed to do in this company.
Cody's done it a couple times, actually.
yeah, he's done it a few times.
He loves homicide.
So I only saw some of the clips, but from what I saw, this kind of seemed to me like they saw Cena and AJ and decided they were going to try to like one up it. It seemed like they were pulling out a lot of different stuff. You know, the crossroads off the top rope, the diving headbutt from corner to corner. But I don't know how the match itself was as a complete match. So
What was the thought process of the diving headbutt coast to coast? I gotta
I don't
know.
know.
I get that,
It
like,
doesn't really fit in the match even. It's just it's just an anomaly.
if you're gonna do that, why would you not commit to having both arms like extended as far as possible and staying straight like a Benoit diving headbutt?
Right. And it's not something like he doesn't do a normal diving headbutt. So it's not like, oh, you know what? You can do a super crossroads on me or whatever before or after I hit this. I'm going to hit a super diving headbutt. Like, that's not one of your moves.
Do you think it was a change? It was maybe going to be a drop kick, and then he got up there and thought, I'm worried I can do this, or I don't want to take the bump?
No, I think it was planned ahead of time that that's what he was going for.
Yeah, it's weird.
It seemed like it was one of those, like, all right, so somebody's done this with a drop kick, somebody's done this with a front flip.
Can I maybe make it with an elbow? Yeah.
Yeah. But, all right, so we're going to get into the aftermath of this match and what happens on Raw. And then we're going to kind of, like, just quickly touch on some other news going on in wrestling. But first,
This.
check out the commercial for sponsorships. Or the sponsor. Maybe we have a sponsor.
We don't.
Does your cat make too much noise? Did you invent kit mittens to get it under control? Well, this would be the best place to advertise. The Gang Breaks Kayfabe podcast is actively looking for new sponsors. If you're interested, shoot us an email at thegangbreakskayfabe@gmail.com. Reach a wider audience and support a bunch of idiots.
Somewhere.
We're real sad. Yeah. Move on.
Yeah. So we're gonna finish this up just by so on Raw, that also took place super early in the morning. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed turned on Seth Rollins.
How dare you?
Draven lived.
How dare you?
He lived.
Dramatic resurrection.
Turned on Seth Rollins. Ended the show with Braun Breaker holding the title up. So, short-lived. Well, it's apparently a 6-month lived group called Division. Paul Heyman went with Team Braun. Pretty interesting development. Definitely did not expect it. So now do you think because I saw somewhere, I can't remember if it was like a graphic for a future event or something that went up, but it listed Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, and Seth Rollins. So I was thinking Austin Theory was probably going to join before too long, but do you think he joins up and like they kind of keep the vision with a group of guys with Braun Breaker leading it, or like Paul Heyman kind of leading it more like the Dangerous Alliance, where like Heyman's kind of like the leader?
No, I think this thing ends pretty quick. Austin Theory was supposed to go in it, but now that Seth's out, I don't think they're going to put him in. I think they'll keep those two together until Braun gets the title and Bronson will turn on him, and they'll have a match.
Yeah, so support Austin Theory and all this. Like, hey, we're going to take off TV for a while. We're going to bring you back and do something.
The first time they tried to put him in Seth's group during the pandemic, didn't he have some speaking out thing come out? So they took him off TV then?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Which was that when Seth was doing the like cult leader gimmick?
Yeah, the Monday Messiah.
Yeah.
Monday Messiah.
I'm not sold on him as a main
Austin Theory.
guy. Yeah, Austin Theory.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like at this point it's going to take a lot of. He was starting to get like, I noticed with the stuff. I think Grayson Waller gets X-Pac heat so much that Austin Theory was kind of starting to get the crowd back behind him. So I can kind of see him being a mid-card babyface.
If he wants any kind of career, he's got to leave and reinvent himself and come back. Like, he's got to follow the Drew McIntyre, the Cody Rhodes. Like, he just has the stink of, he was the McMahon chosen dude at first, and then the first speaking out thing when they tried to add him to Seth, then he got hurt now, and he was supposed to be in the group with Seth, and it didn't happen. Like, he's just tainted goods at this point.
It would be, Yeah, he could almost literally do the Drew thing where he was Vince McMahon's chosen one and then leaves, comes back. Yeah. So, what else we got going on in wrestling? Takeshita beat Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Championship. I did not realize Zack Sabre Jr. was the champion over there.
He wasn't.
He's been champ for a while.
Champ. He lost it to Goto, which we discussed in the PWI talk when everyone's like, we don't know who that is. And then he won it back from him. I feel like it was like 10 minutes worth of clips from their match, and it looks fantastic. So I have got to see the whole thing.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of clips.
The end of the match, like, Takeshita has his, like, mouth is busted up, but he's not, like, dripping blood. And he's just, like, in the corner, like, great visual when he gets the win. Lots of back and forth in what I saw of it. So I definitely will try to, by the time we next record, have seen the full match. Unfortunately, I canceled my New Japan World because I said, I'm tired of getting up at 4 in the morning to watch wrestling, but apparently that's the new world we live in, is getting up early in the morning to watch wrestling. So I might have to get that back now for us.
So, how long until we see the IWGP World title merge with the, what's it called?
Unified.
The Unified title when Takeshita defeats Okada belt for belt, and then we get the NWGP Unified Championship. IWGP.
You said NWGP. I was like, I don't know what that is. New World Order.
0% chance.
All I know is that when we finally get this match between the two of them, it is going to be fantastic.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see Takeshita's involvement with AEW for the next little bit.
I could see them doing the match and doing title versus title and having Takeshita win the unified title and just carrying both at the same time, not merging them. But I could see that be because AEW or New Japan's not going to want to have their champion beat in AEW, so they're not going to let him lose that match. Might as well have Okada put him over and really strap the rocket to him.
Right. Dude's good. I mean, he is so fucking good. So,
And I also, leading up to the match against Zack Sabre, like I saw some interviews with him, and even the interviews with him make me just like him more because he's just like, I want this more than anyone else. I want to be the strongest. If I can't be that person, I just need to quit wrestling. It's not a matter of whether I have a belt or not, but if I no longer have that passion, then just screw it and I'm going to quit. So the interviews, I was like, he reminds me of a young Aaron Draven, is what I kept saying while I was watching it.
I always think that when I see him work.
But yeah, the few clips that I've seen of him outside of AEW where he's not remotely a mute that leaves everything to Don Callis, where he's actually speaking, just makes me like him even more than what I already do. I mean, we already know he's hard hitting and can work, but he can speak, maybe just not well in our language. But when it's translated, what he's saying. He definitely has the passion there, so hopefully, they do strap that rocket to him, and it just keeps going.
Well, I think Jason has a little crush.
I do. I like guys with long dark hair.
My girlfriend enjoys them too because of the same things. I really got a lot of news going on outside of the Seth Rollins injury. So, up next, when's AEW's next pay-per-view?
Saturday.
This coming Saturday?
Right, like this week.
Okay. So, we will be reviewing that in the next episode. I will have to go and look to see what all is happening. I know we got Darby and Mox in some sort of deathmatch situation. I have been enjoying that Darby's been showing up and attacking Mox at random places. He's brought Molotov cocktails into this thing. So I'm assuming one of them is pulling a knife out on Saturday. And Darby's like, yeah, you can stab me. Like, it's gonna be cool.
I
Cool.
along those same lines, I tried to get Rocky to shoot me with his taser in a match once.
Oh, man.
He was down for the idea, but he had to like account for every shot he took with those through work. Like, just fucking buy one on eBay. He's like, no, they can tell when they've gone off. Like,
It will be like, oh, I accidentally set the taser off.
In a match,
in my underwear.
I was wearing the taser in my trunk.
And it's filmed and it's on DVD now.
It didn't sell very many copies.
But yeah, we'll be back next week with a review of what is the AEW Wrestle Dream?
Probably.
Is that the,
Sounds right.
It's AEW Wrestle Dream. We'll be back with a review of it. As you can tell, we're very, very knowledgeable about what's going on in AEW.
Well-knowledged men. We're well-knowledged men.
I'll be catching. I haven't had a chance to watch it. So until then, though, thanks for breaking kayfabe with us. Like all of our socials, do all that stuff. Share, leave a comment. If you drink and know things like Jason, and don't forget to go buy some shirts. And yeah, thanks for listening.
I'll feel like
Your
Jason.
support. Be like Jason.
Love you. Love you. Bye.
Love everyone.